So there's this church near my house, and it's bothered me for the last few years. Ever since I noticed that they have a Bible verse on the side of their church. And it's not one of those signs that can be changed. It's a fixed permanent sign, and it's the only one. So they have specifically selected one Bible verse that has been there for what looks like years. Certainly a couple of years that I've noticed. A lot longer than that, I would say. And what's bothered me is their choice of Bible verse. Now, if you're going to put up a Bible verse that is going to be permanently affixed to your church and is going to be the only one, you're not going to change it at all, you would think that this should be, as best you can manage, a core statement about what you stand for as a church. And you might think that they would put something about Jesus or God, or some kind of core tenet of their faith, something about, I don't know, loving each other or doing good or something like that. But the thing that's bothered me about this church is that the one Bible verse that they have chosen is Psalm 53. Now, Psalm 53 is, in many respects, similar to Psalm 14, and it's the one that says, "The fool says in his heart, there is no God." That's what they've chosen to put up as their sole Bible verse to represent them to the public at large, is a clear statement that they think that atheists are fools. That's it. Nothing else in there. That seems to be their most important statement they can make to the average passerby. Which frankly bothers me. Really bothers me. I find religion annoying enough as it is, but to choose Psalm 53 is even more annoying. Now, this is related to my annoyance at something that's not particularly religious, and that is the phrase, "A bad tradesman blames their tools." This phrase has bothered me for quite a while now, and it sort of irks me every time I hear somebody say it. Why is that? Well, because it seems to me the phrase, "A bad tradesman blames their tools," is saying that if you are a bad tradesman, then you will blame your tools. But the way it's used in conversation is to accuse people who blame their tools of being bad tradesmen. That is, the informal argument seems to be, if you're a bad tradesman, then you will blame your tools. You blame your tools, therefore you're a bad tradesman. And the problem with this is it's a logical fallacy. It's affirming the consequent. This argument doesn't hold. There may be many other reasons why somebody blames their tools. A good tradesman with bad tools may well blame their tools. And so it doesn't hold up. Now you might say it's meant to imply the other way around, that it's not just that bad tradesmen blame their tools, but that anybody who blames their tools is a bad tradesman. And certainly that's the way it's meant idiomatically. But that's not the way that the grammar seems to suggest it should be taken on its face value. For example, if I say, "A baker bakes cakes," what I'm really saying is that if somebody is a baker, then you can reasonably expect them to bake cakes. That is a feature of being a baker. I'm not saying that the only people who bake cakes are bakers, and just in the same way, I wouldn't be saying that the only people who blame their tools are bad tradesmen. And so this logic annoys me. Now, what's this got to do with Psalm 53? Well, Psalm 53 says, "The fool has said in their heart, there is no God." And it seems to me that what this means is pretty much the same structure as the bad tradesman example. It's saying that if you are a fool, then you will say there is no God. But the theist wants to argue that you say there's no God, therefore you must be a fool, which, again, is affirming the consequent and a logical fallacy. It simply doesn't work that way. Now, you might say that I'm misinterpreting the Bible, but I've done my reading, and of all the Bible versions I've come across, and with the magic of the internet, I've looked at dozens and dozens of versions. They all translate it the same way. And I've looked up people's interpretations of that passage, and nobody is suggesting that it's the other way around. It seems quite clear that that passage is saying that if somebody is foolish, they will claim there is no God. Which says nothing about the rest of us, who happen to claim there is no God, but aren't fools. So anyway, that's been bothering me for a while, and I just wanted to get it off my chest. See you next time.